Good morning. We are glad you've joined us again this week for Mental Health Monday. Last week we talked about the difficult subject of grief, and this week we will be talking about another difficult subject, loneliness. How are you doing having to stay at home all the time right now? This is difficult for a lot of us, and many people become lonely during this time. Even though we have our families, we can feel lonely because we can't be with our friends or do the activities we once participated in. When we are lonely, our sleeping habits, eating habits, and exercise may be affected, which can also make negative things feel more negative and positive things not seem so positive. Again, these are normal feelings and ones that can be worked through.
Let's talk about the things that you can do to overcome these feelings of loneliness. Coping strategies are things that you do on purpose to manage your emotions. The stay-at-home order means we must be creative in finding ways to cope and connect with others. A routine can be helpful in making time to do things important to you, and it will give you a sense of purpose each day. Physical activity is a great coping strategy. Be creative. If it's nice, go outside and take a walk. Find an exercise video on YouTube. Turn on some music or learn a new TikTok dance. Physical activity helps you feel better, increases energy, and relieves boredom. You can still connect with people outside of your home. Say hello to a neighbor when you're outside. Leave a sidewalk chalk message in your neighborhood. Schedule calls with your friends on FaceTime or on Zoom. Call a grandparent, aunt, uncle, or cousin on the phone. Make a card and snail mail it to let somebody know that you are thinking of them. Don't forget to name your feelings. Doing so will help you know what you need in order to take care of yourself. Talk to the trusted individuals in your home and ask for support when you are feeling lonely. We are all in this together, and they may have some other ideas of how to help you feel more connected.
Every person copes with loneliness differently, and your personality and past experiences have something to do with that. I want to recognize that sometimes we manage our emotions in unhealthy ways. One way to know if it is unhealthy is to ask yourself, does this help me feel better or worse? If the answer is worse, that might be a clue that it is unhealthy. For example, you might eat a whole box of cookies because you are feeling lonely, and it makes you feel better now, but then you don't feel good later. Another example is you might watch a whole series on Netflix instead of doing e-learning activities and feel frustrated when you have to make up the work later in the week. Finding healthy ways to cope is a learning experience for everyone, and there is no perfect solution for managing your feelings. Recognizing our behaviors will help us identify how we can use healthy coping strategies to replace the unhealthy habits and better manage our emotions. Our goal is to feel better and more connected, and unfortunately, practicing unhealthy habits might have the opposite effect.
Now that we've talked about ways to cope with those challenging feelings of loneliness, I want to explore what might be some benefits of this quieter time at home. That's right. Even though some of you students might be having a hard time right now, we can still recognize that there are good things happening too. Have you been able to spend more quality time with your family or pets? How about more time to play games or watch movies? Perhaps you've learned a new skill like cooking or sewing, or found a fun way to connect online with friends and extended family. I know I've heard students share that they are really enjoying sleeping in instead of being at school so early. This time at home, while it can be difficult, has given us the opportunity to do things that we like and be flexible with how we spend our days. Looking for the good in this situation is not the same as ignoring what feels bad. Our goal here is to allow both the good and the bad be true at the exact same time. I know sometimes that can feel hard to do, but I'm here to remind you that together we can do hard things. Thank you for taking the time to join us this week for Mental Health Monday. We look forward to being here again with you next week to continue to offer you support. In the meantime, if you are in need of further mental health resources, please reach out to your school's mental wellness provider or contact the community resources listed here. Thank you.